Welcome everyone. Today I've brought out one of the big names of Transformers. This is Transformers Generation 1's Grimlock, originally released in 1984, where it was part of the Diaclone toy line, which explains why you have that here. Diaclone was originally human piloted robots, which would explain why the majority of maybe the first 2 years toy lines have unpiloted seats, basically, for the bigger robots. Sorry, just looking at my other Dinobots. So there were 5 Dinobots. There was Grimlock, Slag, Sludge, Snarl, and Swoop. Swoop, to the best of my knowledge, wasn't released in the UK, but I have him. He's just over there. Naturally, of course I would have him. The amount of almost 300 ones I have already. Grimlock was probably the more likable of the characters, even though he's a bit arrogant at sometimes. So much covered in dust, what the hell. So yeah, released in 1984, a subgroup called the Dinobots, which are real badasses, called in to save the day when you think if they wanted to or not. Created in the cartoon by Wheeljack and Ratchet, even though there was technically no cause. Like, why do you need robot dinosaurs? Well, we don't know, but we're going to create them anyway. Some moderate articulation here. You can see his arms just move down. Obviously, his mouth will go up and down, kind of like the mouth of Slag and Sludge and Swoop. Snarl doesn't get that luxury, unfortunately. So Dinobots lasted for 3 seasons and the movie. Starting with the movie, for some reason their intelligence was dropped even further. First 2 seasons they were pretty dumb, but they were badasses as well, like I mentioned. But starting with the movie, they were just relegated to almost comic relief, and the fact that you almost felt sorry for them. They hung around with Wheelie and always wanted to hear Cup's war stories. Something wrong must have happened in the 20 years between the movie and season 2. Anyway, I've waffled on enough. So, great looking figure. T-Rex, clearly. They move up and close up and down, but for some reason we don't know why, because you can't really do that. His weapons are just off to the right of me. And I'm always careful with this. Oh, note the rub sign, which was on Transformers for the first three years, up until 1987. Obviously, there was a crappy thing called GoBots, which confused people on the marketplace. GoBots were inferior, let me tell you. But I'd kill to get a Psykill. I had Leader 1 as a kid, but he was so damaged. This is where I get worried, because all the joints are stiff. There we go. And you notice a bit here. This is actually my second Grimlock, because the one I had for years, these bits broke and they're really flimsy. Obviously they have to rest on his waist there. Now you can keep him like that just to give him that extra height, but what you're supposed to do is give him some extra pants, as I like to call them. And there we have it. Now he's got 2 weapons. He has a double-barreled gun. Now it says in his bio or tech specs that Grimlock has no known weaknesses. The only thing wrong with him is his sheer arrogance. But I guess if you're going to be that powerful, you can be that arrogant. Not a lot left to say on this one, but yeah, I like the guy. I said before, Starscream is one of my favourites, but Grimlock among the whole fan base is probably up there too with Optimus Prime and Bumblebee. You'll notice the red eyes. That kind of thing wasn't figured out in the cartoon and toy line. Things were figured out eventually. Even on my Power of the Primes Grimlock, his eyes are red. Probably just in keeping with the original one here. I like the figure. It's one of my earliest memories of owning a figure like that. Not particularly this one, but the one I had before. I had for so many years, which unfortunately it fell and the bit under his waist broke, which is kind of annoying. But I'm glad I got all 5 Dinobots, which has got their own shelf with Wheelie on there too. Just a bit of a movie reference for myself, in case I didn't get it. And I think that is all I have left to say on this one. So if you're not thoroughly bored by now, like and subscribe, hit that like button. There'll be plenty more coming, and thank you for watching again, and see you later.